Hi friends, welcome to Crusader Kings 3 Roads to Power with our first Roads to Power adventurer, of course, Gruber, representing our beginning of Scandinavia as we travel across the world, experience all the different cultures, and eventually, of course, all the different playstyles and government types added in the later parts of Roads to Power. But before we even consider land and government types and estates and everything else that came with the DLC, we should probably consider making some money, and of course avoiding being arrested, given that yesterday our new lover, Mistress Half-Breeder, sorry, I should of course say wife, but she is our new lover as well, fornicated with Gruber, and then had a mental breakdown where she told everybody that she fornicated with Gruber outside of marriage. A great crime. So hilariously, everywhere we go in Scandinavia now, we are technically a criminal. We're probably going to keep our head down and do some legitimate work today. We got off to a good start, I think, and I think we have a fantastic cast of characters as well. Some more memorable than others, of course. Refilled the Chaste, Cirkbeer the Hawk, and then Hyolfer the Insane, the man I'm going to make camp chef, whether you like it or not. And then, of course, the other members are his many, many children, Grima, Bjorg, and Grignesson. I should clarify, of course, that for a lot of people, Gruber has worn quite thin. I haven't played as him in a while, admittedly. It's been several months at this stage. But I understand that we're not going to play the entire playthrough, and I hope you understand we're not going to play the entire playthrough as Gruber. Like I said, I wanted to experience all the different cultures and changes along the path as we head across the entire world, just to see what the DLC adds. So as we move down to, say, Italy to try out some of the estates, because again, I think that'd be kind of appropriate for a Merchant Republic, we'll probably swap over to a more Italian-themed name and a more Italian-themed culture. Same when we move to Byzantium, and of course, moving all the way to the bottom of the map, wherever we end up down in Asia. So last episode's comment section, a bit of a mess, as any new comment section on a new series is, right? A lot of memes, a lot of people saying, glad to see CK3 back. Me too, especially with this DLC, probably my favorite so far. I think that I wasn't able to glean a huge amount of useful stuff, but somebody did say, and this is quite relevant to the thing I was talking about a second ago, apparently in Finland, the Finnish religion here, Ukonnusko, doesn't have hostile, what am I looking for here? There it is, adultery. So men with adulterer and fornicator are accepted. Sorry, I forgot it was under that category. I thought it was a different category for fornicator. So we could, in theory, move to anywhere that is the Finnic religion and be fine? Or at least be safer. Of course, we've then got the cultural and religious friction there anyway, so maybe it's worth the gamble. Just trying to become friends with the King of Sweden would be a solid play, right? Trying to win him over. Second, we get any sort of quests in his domain, I think directly for him. That's something I want to jump on. What I want to jump on first, though, is going back to this guy when he's in court, or any military contracts we've got around here, and doing those. Let's play to Gruber's strengths a little bit, huh? In this case, of course, is quite literal strengths. What's the other thing I wanted to mention? Right, I saw a lot of comments, both in the comment section and in Discord, saying that the balance of the DLC, much like every Crusader Kings DLC I can remember, is a little bit in the favor of the player right now, in the sense that if you play Unlanded Adventurers for a really, really long time, you can stack up some absolutely insane bonuses. I can't think of a single Crusader Kings DLC that has... I'm sorry, are we about to come and mug wealthy citizenry? I wouldn't say that's necessarily... I mean, obviously it's criminal, but I wouldn't say it's morally reprehensible. We're in need of that, and maybe we do good things with that money. Maybe we give it to the poor and needy. It's me. I'm poor and needy in this situation. You know, we should have signed a Caravan Master. You're right. Like I was saying, I don't think there's a single Crusader Kings DLC I can name that hasn't been significantly rebalanced later down the line. I don't think we'll play... Obviously, we're not going to play as Adventurers the entire series. Like I said, I think the plan is move to Italy, then settle and try out the estate system. Again, that kind of pseudo-merchant republic. Play some stewardship characters, intrigue characters, that type of thing. Get a bit more political with our approach. Go to Byzantium and kind of try out some of the new cultural features, especially over there. I want to eventually... I do want to do the administrative government, the new government type. That's going to require a lot of diplomacy, and we'll be able to see a big, wide swath of playstyles by doing this. But I do want to venture across a bunch of lands and see kind of if there are cultural and religious specific adventurer stuff, or more strictly themed stuff. Let's go for the sooner we're done here, the sooner we're back on the road. Because we've got really good footpads. We've got really good intrigue characters. I reckon we can pull this off. So if we say lookout, my wife... 25 contribution there because she's awesome. Sorry, 22 secrecy there because she's incredible. This is going to be a little bit more of a gamble. So we're just going to be relying by doing this. I should really be double checking if they are better as footpads or gabblers. What are you, 17 there, 50 now? Yeah, that was worth checking. There you go. What we're doing, of course, with this, we are going to blitz through the phases super, super quick. And then I'm going to rely on executing the scheme and just getting this done fast, because we barely got anything done yesterday. This is a big gamble, but I think we have to take some gambles occasionally. I mean, I could sit here and play very, very safely for the next 100 years. I don't think that's particularly interesting, huh? Back alley, robbery, bot alpha. So there are, as you can see, like kind of sub-quests inside the quests. As the afternoon trickles into evening, I stifle a yawn. Crimes may pay well, but so much of it involves simply waiting. Although on hold now, this man looks promising. I recognize him as Botolfa, a local magnate, careful how you pronounce that, of some small wealth and perfectly suitable quarry, if not perhaps the richest man to offer. Right, let's have a look then. We can intimidate him. Prowess challenge, of course. I can have Half-Reader do some sort of, oh, you have received 0 special muggings out of a possible 4. That's a hell of a tooltip, Paradox. I think we're going to send her in. I think we should lean on her a little bit more, because she's proven how valuable she is, and it's technically a higher chance than Grigna doing it. Beautiful. He's paid 50 gold to us, but he has developed a grudge. So a grudge is a one-way rivalry, effectively. We have wronged this man. He hates us, but we don't give a shit about him, as I think it says on the description. Special relationship indicating unilateral hatred and resentment. Started holding a grudge. There you are. Obviously, it's one-way enemies. We've got to be somewhat careful about that. A shrill shriek snatches me from my slumber back into the blackness of night. I follow the source of the noise and find my caravan leader, Hyolfa Karen, in front of his tent. Grigna, do not go inside. There is a wolf in my bed. He is insane. I peel open the tent to find a wolf. Oh, it's belly rich with child. What? It snarls and growls at me, doubtless fearful of what I may do to its... Oh. Sorry. I totally misinterpreted that. It's belly rich with child means it's a pregnant wolf. I read that as the wolf has eaten the child. That was the first way. I don't think I'm probably the only person to do that. We could slay the beast and become named Grigna Wolfslayer, which is cool, but that's not that impressive, I think, in medieval Scandinavia, when you're milling around woods all the time. You're probably going to come across a wolf or two. The pups would make excellent pets. We get a pet dog, okay. Or we shall require a new tent and we just leave it there. No. I suppose if you were kind, you'd probably lose stress from doing that, right? The pups will make for excellent pets, but he wants to slay the beast. Ooh, which is more interesting. You know what? I think, even though he is brave, he's also ambitious, and being a wolf slayer isn't particularly ambitious as far as I'm concerned. I think we're going to do it. I think the nickname The Wolf Father is way cooler. We succeeded. Look at that. Did we get the pet dogs? Normally it pops up saying, you got a pet dog, right? Oh, well. The existence of my plot to prey on the citizenry of Chiefess Elvor has been uncovered. Shit. So we've lost all the secrecy then. That's our breach there. I think we will stick with what we've got. I think unless we get to 4... If we get to 4 breaches and we're only at, say, I don't know, 10 advantages or whatever, if we get super unlucky, maybe then we'll back off and leave it. Ah, we've got another person. Sig Trigger. Hello. I guess we'll just keep sending Half-Reader in. Your agent fails you. That was a 93% chance. I don't blame her for that. That was just purely unlucky. She tried her best, and we know that she's trying her best. She's incredibly loyal to him, despite the fact that she was deceitful and everything else. A mysterious lady that we met in a tavern. That's nice. That's a nice love story right there. Okay, I think... Ooh. Are we going to commit to some of the combat quite yet? It might just be better to... look for anything that might allow us to refill our man-at-arms, just in case we do want to pivot to that and do some more... You know, build up a nice nest egg, build up the camp a little bit, then do a little combat while we've got such a powerful combat character. I don't think it would hurt. Go for some more knights. We haven't even got a full camp as it is. That seems a bit pointless. Repaired conscription. Yeah, I think we'll just start working down, eventually being able to field the good army, right? Holmfrieda, okay. I'm going to give it to her again. It's a 92% chance. Beautiful. God damn, this is paying well. We're not necessarily going to be criminals or vagabonds our entire time. We can move on to good, honest work later on, but I mean, come on. We haven't got a camp set up. We haven't got all of our followers. It's desperate times. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and we're not going to rely on this forever. Grima the Wanderer. Show a true fear. Oh, we can't actually use... we can't use his wife anymore. Interesting. Let's go... Knives out. Let's send Grigna to intimidate her instead. Beautiful. God, this is a lot of money, isn't it? Bloody hell. It's totally night and day compared to last episode where we were scrounging up pennies and failing quests by legitimate work. It's obviously the gamble after all. So there we go. With all of our advantages, it's a 50-50. I think we just do it, right? Or do we just move on? Forget it. Accept that we've made 300 gold and not make an enemy of this person? I think I want to try it. I think in any other situation, I would probably say, yeah, I'm happy with my 150 gold, I'll move on, but let's see what happens. You finalize your mug wealthy citizenry against Chiefess Alvor. My god, we succeeded. That's another 103 gold. That was a gamble. We've gained more trait experience in Marauder. The idea of the Marauder becoming a legitimate guy later on. And I mean, come on, it's Viking era. I know we're breaking a few rules here and there, but Marauder's a dime a dozen, surely. Okay, home sweet home. Here we go. Are you back home yet? Bear in mind, they're at war, which is why we can't go over there and train their troops yet. Yeah, still counts to the left court. We've got to wait for that to end. So we've got over here, fight corruption. A little good with a little bad. That's not too terrible. It's another martial contract too. Coronia suffers from rampant bandits, Asurius officials, and panicky peasants. Yeah, okay. Anything to keep them in line. Probably going to be leaning a lot on our prowess to intimidate, right? And I presume a little bit of dread in that mix wouldn't hurt either. Before I head out, we should always be prioritizing making sure we've got a full lineup of characters. I guess what we could do is if we go for a supply tent, get ourselves a quartermaster, right? Gives us a lot more provisions, gives us a lot more supply. Prestige for our quartermaster as well. More importantly, unlocks the quartermaster slot. If we do that, when we go to castles, we can basically steal their quartermaster and recruit them to our cause. I think that's probably not a terrible idea. What else have we got, though? Like baggage train? Mess tent, roaring campfire. I do like the roaring campfire. That finds more officers using the... This worked really well for me when I was playing the preview build. I think we'll throw one of those out, because it's only 60 gold, takes 6 months. Then I guess we'll scout the old-fashioned way in the castle and just go and have a look around. Sorry, tribal holding, of course. Oh, she's pregnant again. Must have missed the notification. Bear in mind it was flying up the screen along with all those other things that we were being told about. Yeah. God damn. We're going to end up with quite the dynasty quite early, aren't we? We should mingle with the locals in the tavern. Here we are. Let's see who's up for recruitment. Please do. We've got the choice of Steen. A good, strong, rock-solid name there, Steen. And he's got high stewardship, which I think is something we could do within the camp a bit more. We've got a lot of combat characters. We've got Circa. We've got Grigna, obviously. I don't think Thord is so necessary. Steen, though. Ooh. Stewardship of 20. How much does he want? 36. That seems quite reasonable. Bear in mind, he's also Midas Touch. Do you know what? That seems like a good deal. He'll probably pay for himself in no time. I wouldn't mind hearing a story or two. Okay. Hello there. It's Andre. Are you any good? Sorry, can I open him up here and have a look? Kind of an average all-rounder. Certainly not terrible. And we've got room in the camp for him. Your story had a few good points. 2% chance of increasing our martial by 1. Obviously, the martial lifestyle experience would be quite nice. But he tells stories so well. Getting the trait has to lure to start building that up. I mean, getting the trait unlocked might be quite good, because then when we do events that can give you experience but don't give you the trait, we're obviously getting that out of it, right? That was a great story. I'm sure we can't recruit him, because he's actually not terrible. You know what? Let's pay the money. Let's unlock Hastaluda. I think we'll do that. It gives us a little bit of opinion with characters as well. Gives good wit. So if we keep doing that over and over when we come to the tavern, we can build that up quite well. Okay. Let's go and have a look then. Sell some artifacts. I could. I mean, what are we going to do with the money at this point? We're already building everything we possibly can. Creates 2 hireling contracts on the map or 2 criminal contracts. Let's go for the martial duties and spend a little prestige on that. Again, maybe a bit of legitimate work right now. We've already got enough hanging over us. We've made some enemies. We're potentially also able to be imprisoned at any point in time. Veterans for hire. Melee Steercar wishes to keep his champions in fighting shape. That sounds good. 131 gold, 122 over there. We'll probably end up doing both of them anyway, to be honest with you. Adds him to our role of patrons. Okay. And what about over here? Orma is your marshal. Do either of them have any money that I can do anything with that? No, sadly not. Oh, I think that might be a bug, actually. It might be backwards. My liege, Striker, wishes to keep his champions in fighting shape. You are the liege. Right, what you mean? My liege, comma, Striker wishes to keep his champion. Sorry, I'm passing that slightly better. He's writing to us on behalf of his champion to go and train his troops. Yes, some of this is a little bit confusingly written. Okay, sure. Let's go get that done straight away. I mean, we're waiting for our campfire to build after all. Safe journey. Ooh. Journeying through Uppsala, I noticed a peculiar-looking tent splayed open with a yet more peculiar-looking occupant inside. Come in, oh mighty master. I can tell you have many miles to go, and I can offer you a reading on your future travels. Now, I'm not interested in the reading. Come experience the future with me. This is, of course, a base game event. It gets added to our entourage. If we could keep him around, Bearing in mind, you on the caravan might get events where he's upset. We can make this work. I'll prioritize trying to keep everybody happy. I'd like to keep this guy on board because he's plugging that learning hole that we've got going right there. Never want to plug your learning hole. I know exactly where we are. I mean, I don't care about being delayed. That's irrelevant. Chance of some prestige, though. Ooh. Lose opinion. Now, let's try and keep everybody happy. All right. You've got to learn to rely on your friends here. We've got a small cast of characters, and we've got to keep them all happy. Oh, they are already quite happy. Hafrida and Frody, they're common interest in being as rough to the others as they feel life has been to them, has been proven a strong bonding agent. Why? You're callous and she is... Oh, she's also callous. Yes, you're right. Encourage the friendship? I kind of like that. Overbearing leader. I mean, that's happening every time, but I like the idea that he would step in and try and do that. As I arrive, I'm greeted by Rolfa of Helsingland's Martial Striker. Sure, let's see those men. Opens the Train Knight's character interaction. Yeah, this is fun because it works with the, systems that you've already seen, right? So you've got to train all of these people. And this is effectively, bearing in mind, what the event that you get from the opposite perspective. You know, when people come to your court and they're like, oh, I can offer to train your knights and give them this skill that we've seen so many times before. I love that they've done this and they've kind of flipped the script because it makes it feel a lot more, it makes it feel totally organic, right? I'm going to go for Olaffa. Has a chance to increase prowess or learn a commander trait. Yeah, please do. Oh, we can actually steal him. Ooh. He's good? Oh, shit. The problem with stacking our camp with all of these intrigue characters is I'm probably going to find myself leaning on the criminal stuff a bit more. Because that's what, again, they're very flexible. They can do a lot of stuff, as we've seen from Hafrida and other contracts. Oh, God. No. Teach him Holy Warrior. Yes, teach him Holy Warrior. 76% chance. Beautiful. Okay, here we go. Round 2. Halfdan should just follow my move. 65%. Okay, go on. Did we succeed? There's a lot from you. Beautiful. 2 out of 3. Here we go. We might be maximum success chance here. And then we've got Vigfus. Could do something like this myself. Is he any good? This is Chancellor. No, it's okay. And here we go. 67% chance that he is going to give us the full bounty for the contract. 131 gold. If we fail, it's only 77. I mean, 77 is still quite a lot. Because we're ambitious, we are going to lose some stress either way. Go for it. Beautiful. Today's the day. Today's absolutely the day where we're getting this form of momentum. Very nice. Good work. You get contracts on both, right? Oh, no, sorry. I'm looking at the wrong thing here. Make a request. That's what I was looking at. Yeah, so it was the guy I was talking about that we get the... added to our roll of patrons, not his marshal. So I guess that's just a tooltip error. This is probably where we want to start requesting man-at-arms at some stage, or even knights to help fill up the camp. How are we looking in terms of our camp members right now? Refill, Circa, Hjörjolfa. Yep. We've got Steen. Steen is the... Right, Steen's the... I've got to try and commit this character to memory. Steen's the stewardship guy. And then Frody, of course. Frody the Goaty. That's easy to remember. This is a nice lineup. I think we've genuinely got some really good skills. Like, some of their average skills is probably very, very good at this stage. 3 minutes left on the campfire. I'm gonna just let that go through, I think. We might as well let that finish. Ah! Alfida. Oh, look at that. Amazonian. Amazing work. Let's see what names we've got. Let's just see what names we've got on the list. I'm not super fussed. Cracker Thora. Thor is pretty good for an Amazonian, right? May you grow strong and wise, my daughter. Or I suppose in this case, may you just grow wise, huh? Beautiful. Roaring campfire. There we go. So, highest level, it gives you 12 knights. That is eye-wateringly good. And then, of course, we've got all the internal slots as well, of which there are 3 of them at the highest level. Like, there's so much depth to the building system of this. I really like this. This really does give me big Republic vibes from CK2. Because, like, the trade posts were fun, don't get me wrong, but the real meat of it was, of course, the family mansion and all the inter-family conflicts. That's what got me into CK2 was the Republic. So the fact that we've got, again, small cast of characters and all this crazy shit is doing it for me. So, what do we go for? Master Bard. Don't know that. Master, of course, Poetry being a venerated trait for Asatru is probably not a terrible idea. Capering Fools, we can get ourselves a Stooge. Libations for the Lost. No effective per learning skill, probably not necessary. Aspirations, not so this is all the stuff you unlock by focusing your camp on other things. So that one's free boosters, we get Juicy Rumors. 50% to the criminal contract rewards. Like, if you're just here to earn money, it's so bloody good, but it's so risky. I think that'd be fun to do with the future character. We'll go all in on being a villain. Right now, I think we cast a wide net with our first character, and then we'll focus a bit more later down the line. We'll just upgrade the pavilion. That gives us a man-at-arms regiment. Any hostile schemes? It's not really necessary, is it? I think we'll just go ahead and build a whole new building. So, what about... Oh, sorry, it's the Master at Arms. Sorry, my bad. Master at Arms is the one that you can get from castles when you visit castle grounds. I'm confusing them here. Forward scouts. Just give us a bit more travel speed so we can move with a bit more haste here to make up for all my ramblings here. I think that's a solid play. Well, let's head over. Hello there, my friend. Orma. Council's left court. All right, fuck you too, Orma. What have we got going on over here? You're still away as well, fighting your many wars. Oh, for God's sake. It ended and now it's restarted. Brilliant. Okay, is there anything for us to do here? Yeah, we've still got plenty of contracts. When you run out of contracts, that's, of course, when you move your camp and go elsewhere. We're not good. We're not bad. We're an opportunist. And in this case, opportunity to go and fight some bandits. And who knows better than us? So this, if I'm remembering it correctly from where I played it in the preview, is very similar almost to a royal tour, where you go view different counties. This is a very small realm, so this isn't going to be so impactful. But if you do it in, like, Byzantium, which is where I did it, you go visit a bunch of different counties and assert control over it, again, like that royal tour activity. Stykint? Coronia's count? What are you? It's just a random courtier that was targeted. Fair enough. This is my encampment for the day. As soon as we are left alone, he begins muttering. It's embarrassing to admit, but I need your help dealing with the disobedient peasants of Vanamana? Sure. He huffs and glowers. They flout their high chieftain's authority. They organize themselves into militias. God, Lord. The ambient sounds, you're right, are really loud, aren't they? A bloody cricket in the background is killing me. Let me deal with them. I'll move my camp there, or I don't want this contract. No, we'll just travel. We're not going to move the camp. I'm quite comfortable where we are right now. There's so many good contracts here. Seems to be suiting us quite well. I wonder if it's because it's more war-torn or something like that. I'll have to look into what causes these contracts to blow up. Obviously, we took 2 military contracts after all. And here we are. Oh, this doesn't seem very diplomatic. I love how often he's... this enormous man clutching his pearls at the sight of angry little peasants, of bandits, God forbid. When we arrive at Vanna Manor, I'm quick to round up the worst of the rabble-rousers, and they demand they explain themselves. Rock, a peasant of some reputation, speaks for the rest. We fear for the safety of our children. It's High Chieftain Koderi's duty to protect us, but he's only concerned with controlling us. If his fine swords won't be cutting down the blasted outlaws, my people will pledge their children's lives to their own scythes, flails, and arrows. Okay. So we now have to decide whether we're going to back the peasants or, which, of course, if we back the peasants there, any lowborn follower, which I think is our entire camp at this point, getting a lot of opinions for us. We're going to fail the contract. But it's up to us which is more valuable here. Silence or die peasant. You exert his presence, we gain dread. 67% chance we exert his presence and we gain dread. Oh, shit, but you have to leave some men behind. Cirkvir joins High Chieftain Kadira's court. Oh, that's a risk, isn't it? Oh, my God. Exceptional success. Oh, no. I guess we'll do it. I don't want to lose him. We've got, of all the characters to lose, I think it's the last impactful, because, of course, we've got the military aspect covered. I'm going to do it. Oh my God, did we succeed? He's still with us. We're good. Oh, shit. Okay, very good. Well done. With the clamorous ordeal of bending each peasant leader to my will is complete, we will take once more to the road. So, the reason, of course, it asks you if you want to move your camp is if, like I said, you go to Byzantium or whatever, then it's going to be a very, very long time while you're over there. Let's make haste. Let's go to the, again, the next location, which is irrelevant because we're, I think it only said one county, right? As we continue through Bandava, my eye catches a decorated tomb. Are we about to be a grave robber? Nobody would notice. We're ambitious. Oh my God. No, we can't become a grave robber and then a criminal in another realm. I imagine that would immediately fail the contract if we're caught. All that for 50 gold. But we are ambitious. And what does he care about piety? We've already been branded a criminal. Oh, shit. Okay, he's got rightful imprisonment. I don't know if he will because we're doing a job for him. We'll see. We'll see. We might get lucky. We haven't been in prison for anything else that's criminal so far. It's tough to describe what's so appealingly intimate about the low buzz of a camp setting for the evening. Maybe it's the slightly maudlin jokes about what to do next, the smell of the campfires just starting to be lit, or even the humming along to herself as she walks past. All of this forms a quiet, comforting blanket of familiarity. This is my domain and these are my people, a small kingdom, but one where I know every sight, sound, and soul. Retire to my tent and listen, gain a lot of prestige for that. Take my customary seat at the fire, become leader of the circle for 10 years. 3 diplomacy, wow. Take my customary seat at the fire. You're an ambitious, brave man. You're a warrior. He's probably quite traditional in that sense. I'm going to go for it. Leader of the circle. Frody the Goaty is going to attempt to treat her Yolfa the Insane because he's become very ill on the journey. Worsened. Oh, no. That so Possessed is already a moderate health penalty. I don't think he's going to survive this. Oh, God. And my wife's bitten by frostbite. It's been snowing for the past few days and the cold is unbearable. Look around to see what my entourage is struggling with, as well as I decide to travel on foot alongside them. As we walk through the snowstorm for another hour, Mistress Alfreda pulls me aside while shaking. She yelps, "Please, my husband, I cannot feel my finger anymore." Turning into shades of blue and black. Right. Oh, God. Is this where we bungle it all up? We're making money at the cost of my dear, sweet friends. Good work. You managed to treat her frostbite. I mean, if anybody's going to know about that, I suppose a Norse warrior probably would. Unruly counties use support, and unruly counties under martial control. Oh, there is a second county. Oh, fair enough. Okay, let's do it again then. Silence or die. And contract complete, I would assume. Wife falls pregnant again. Oh my God. Seems like time in Vanamana has proven beneficial to my daughter Grima. Oh, she learned Finnic. Maybe she could teach me too. You know what? I kind of like this as a bonding opportunity. Get that foreign muck out of your mouth. Maybe she could teach me. You try and fail. Well, at least you gave it a go. Lately, I've been pondering the education of my daughter Grima. Is stewardship really the appropriate direction? She's bossy. It's absolutely not. Personally tutor her, varying skill set. Why would training her in what I'm good at create stress for you because you're ambitious? What, because she's a rival? I think we do it. I think we absolutely do it. I don't know what's happened with this contract. I think it was confused by the fact that we were supposed to visit multiple counties, but clearly there weren't. Oh. Allied truce. Oh, God. Truce will last for 2 years. Did he, in between that contract spawning, lose the county? And that's kind of fucked things up for us a little bit. I certainly think it might have, huh? Right. Okay. Can we start a new contract, or are we now stuck? No, we're good. We can still move on. We're just in this county. Oh, balls. Okay, like I said, I don't think there's been a CK3 DLC that won't have patches. That's the first bug I've seen. There you go. Let's try this one then. Oh, it's the same contract again. All right, let's blast through this one fast. I'm going to buy us a wilderness kit this time because we took a big gamble. This is a much further journey. Yolfa does not appear to be a Finnic expert. Okay, we're going to give it a go. We've interpreted the instructions. Maybe that's a side effect of him and his daughter trying to learn the language together, huh? Oh, for God's sake, everybody's dying. Frody, can you trace him? What's the trait ill? Okay, no one's died yet. And we're off on our journey. We're just going to silence all the peasants and move on. Which was kind of for better or worse. The local mobs. Counties under Marshal's control. There you go. Good work. Yeah, look, it's clearly working as intended. It could also be where I got caught plundering a tomb. Maybe that immediately forfeited it and messed things up. Not entirely sure. Right, silence or die peasant. Absolutely. It's the second one under control. Okay, we're getting quite lucky so far. Mosquitoes. Ugh. Frody stripped down and walk in front. No, I wouldn't do that to him. They're mere insects, but it is going to critically stress our guy out. Okay, fair enough. And there it is. Bit of a breakdown. We've done a lot of back-to-back contracts, so it's kind of expensive. We need a bit of a break at camp in a second, I think. No fishing, that low stress. Because it comes to be on a coastal, riverside, or barony. Ah, we could move the camp, I suppose. I might be going mad, but I seem to remember somebody making a fishing minigame for it a while ago. I wonder who that was. I do remember it, though. I swear to Odin, I'll punch someone, or become a profligate. Ooh, irritable. Mosquitoes make you irritable? Lower martial, but higher prowess, because you're just quicker to anger. Lower monthly income. Oh! Oh, that's fine. Occasionally, though, we will take big hits of cash. But the monthly income hit is not super relevant. I think we'll go with that. I think maybe the money's gone to his head, right? It's the YouTuber story. They get a bit of cash in their pocket, and then they become egomaniacs trying to sell your children lead, allegedly. So I think that's acceptable. For a low-born man to have 267 gold in his pocket, that's an insane amount of wealth. Ledge! I hear Stein shout in panic. And then the wagon's stuck in the dirt, but luckily Grigner is an enormous man and can simply lift it out of the dirt. Good ship. There we go. We're up to 3 or 4 counties. Final one. Hopefully. I think we'll still get partial contract completion like we did with the other one where we'll still get paid. Perhaps you take payment in blood. Hyolfa is killed by Gintortus. Shit. We're going to fight them, but they go for Hyolfa specifically. Those are for peasants, and I am a master. We're going to do the Darth Vader approach. Worst case scenario there, Hyolfa gets wounded. The worst case scenario in there is he dies. The minimum case is he gets wounded. Why would I not take this one? I think we got through. No problem at all. Silence or die, peasant. We are getting a lot of dread from this as well. I wonder how we can leverage that. We've done it. Beautiful. Counties under martial control, 4 of 4. I guess the benefit to doing something like this might be... Say, for example, you plan on trying to attack a county with your man-at-arms. You want to destabilize the realm like the one we went to before where it only had 2 counties. Starting a peasant revolt over there and then swooping in. Could be a legitimate tactic that we'll try and keep in mind for later on. Okay, start a travel without moving your camp. And this is back to the beginning to complete everything then, huh? Still navigating magically because he's an incredible man. Tell me about my future. Ooh. Zealous. Different religion. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. The wagon's stuck again. Good God, he is... He's absolutely blowing up in prestige now, huh? Silence or die, peasant. And surely we're almost done with this quest at this stage then, huh? Are we off? We're heading back home. Seems to be it. Oh, no, this is sad. Dreamer's petulant shrieking could wake the dead. I said it isn't fair. Not at all. Why do we have to live out here like this? Like we're just animals roaming from place to place with no palaces, no castles, not even proper beds. I didn't ask for this poverty. I deserve better. We are not poor. We are probably richer than the King of Sweden, if I had to assume. We're like 3 times wealthier than the King of Sweden. Actually, that last contract played out quite high, didn't it? Jesus. I didn't even take that into account. We just sort of were going home. But yeah, no, that seems pretty good. Bear in mind, we also spent the 75 gold on profligate. Come here, girl. It'll be all right. She calms down. We might get in a diplomacy lifestyle perk. There's a 57% chance we fail, and then inside of that, a 35% chance that you gain melancholic, or is that saying she gains melancholic? Fair, you're a Grignason. Stand up straight. Martial challenge. We're going to be using a little of the old drill sergeant technique on her, and it will work. And she also gains a martial lifestyle perk, and we're training her in martial. She's got 6 martial. We've only just pivoted over to that, and she's only 6. Good lord. It is what it is. We can give her the Gen Alpha response. Leave it to a tantrum. Absolutely not. You're a Grignason. Stand up straight. Oh. Hello there. I'm told that nature is venerated here in Boskura as an extension to the will of the gods. We watch as locals adorn an old tree in fine materials and jewelry as if they were courting it. Many in the entourage are satisfied to watch from a distance, but I feel compelled to do something more. Fascinating. We might get a whoa, we might just randomly gain Wise Man on our journeys. That's cool. Have the tree burn. Or joining on the celebration. Who's this guy? You're just at the holy tree. I see. You're just in the province we're in. Sure. God damn, if we gain Wise Man, that would be... You would be an unprecedented Grigna. And I like the fact that his personality is developing in a weird way. I would love to get this. It's so unlikely. Yeah, that's a shame. There's a parallel world where that happened and that became a big part of his character. Not this time. Eat the... Now, instead of being a Wise Man, he's going to eat mold. How far we've fallen. No, I'm the master. We're moving home. Oh, shit. Maybe we're not moving home. There's something in a mysterious wreck. We can find a weapon. Oh! Much to my surprise, I begin to hear a voice hailing our ship as we approach the wreckage. And that appears to be a wealthy noble floating around the remains of a door. Hail! I thought I would never see another soul again before the sea would claim me as it did my companions. It's Viavold. He's a noble from the chiefdom of Sakala. He's offered to pay for safe passage. We could get him to join us on our journeys. Has he got any claims? No, he's not that much of a noble then, huh? Just a highborn. 50 piety, 15 gold. Sure, I'll take it. And another Dorsa. 3 to Grignason. Robust. That's not bad. Well, Thordis. You can't have a daughter named Thorin and the next one named Thordis because they're strong. Who says I can't? That seems like a Grigna mindset without everybody being called Grigna and Grignarina and it terribly confusing everyone. And here we are, home sweet home. Now let's go and have a look at some more buildings. So I feel like I've been neglecting this somewhat. Well, not that we've had, not that we've been home in the last, what, 10 years. So, Roaring Campfire, level 2. A couple of man-at-arms. I don't think that's necessary right now while we're not going to mess around with it, huh? I feel like not building this sub-building is potentially a wasted opportunity. Especially something like the stress gain. We've already had one mental breakdown. We're quite close to another. I'm not interested in the night effectiveness per learning skill. I mean, it'll have some effect. Although, when you say 8% night effectiveness, for a small warrior band, that's not bad at all. Keeping fools. Give stress loss. Okay. Poet agent aptitude +6. Stuff to help out with the schemes. Ooh. Per intrigue or per diplomacy. I mean, trailing musicians give our knights that extra. But I was really after the stress gain, so I think this kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Libations for the lost. That seems nice. We're going to address some stuff that I've been ignoring here then. Champions 4 out of 13. I think we need to worry about our champions for a little while. I think we're okay with that until we start actually raising troops and stuff. Somebody said that they were a bit annoyed that you can't go raiding as an adventurer character. I would be tremendously surprised if that's not added or just simply patched in or like modded in later on. I kind of understand why you wouldn't be able to do that though, because you're already making like a lot of cash. I mean, the cash that you're making is of course balanced for how you can expend it and stuff like that. I think it would be kind of crazy OP, especially in the early years where you can build up these kind of big bands. They're intended to allow you to gain some territory and stop being an adventurer, right? So you're taking someone on without any fortresses and stuff like that, without reinforcements. I think it would be quite powerful, but it could be quite interesting, so I might keep an eye out for that. Personal physician. Performs medical treatments. Do we even have someone? Frody the Goaty, not looking so good these days. He looks straight out of the Elf series. It's Darthy's returned. My God. Physician, heal thyself. We'll see what he does. Second, I think at this point, look, she's distinguished herself so incredibly well. I didn't do it before when it popped up. It gives us +3 diplomacy, +3 martial, +3 stewardship, +3 intrigue, +3 learning, +3 prowess because she is helping take the burden. So, naturally, I think not only she earns it, this isn't like nepotism. She is also the most skilled in the position, so she definitely deserves it. As a beetle rolling dung for that icon, amazing. To be my stooge, no, because then we get to humiliate them, and I think they're also upset if we give them that. Yeah, -5. We're not going to do that. Bodyguards. Let's put Refill on there. We can afford the wages at this point. Actually, they don't cost anything, do they? Moron. Didn't take that into account. I was like, no, we can't afford it quite. Let's build up some money. We need to do that at all. Visit trouble hunting. Go fishing. Yes. Let's try and lose some stress here if we can. Oh, take our wife. My wife, Hafrida, has decided to join me today. An opportunity to connect presents itself, or I can choose to fish alone. The vast body of frozen water awaits us, and all I need to do is find a good spot to make a small hole. Is there a boat we can rent? A boat on the water is likely to catch a nice big fish. I mean, we don't need camp provisions, even though we've been traveling like a little bit there. Actually, we haven't been traveling at all. I think we've used any bloody provisions right now. Spend some time with her. Water beckons me alone. Sure, spend the money on a boat trip for the both of you. Let's do it. After rowing for a while on the shoreline of Sigtuna disappears from view. It is only now that I realize I bought bait enough for one attempt. I look over to Mistress Hafrida, but they seem unbothered. So what? We're here to relax. Go ahead and toss your line. Let's see what's out there. This is nice. Make this one count. There's a 36% chance we lose 96 stress. It's enormous. Or, I want you to try, Mistress Hafrida. They become friends. That's way nicer. I actually really like that. You lose 78%. Oh, sorry, that loses 78 stress guaranteed. Oh, to be fair, so does that one. Oh, come on. She's going to become our friend either way. That gives stress loss events if you really want to min-max it like that. I think that's just nice. Well, a pleasant fishing trip. We didn't lose that much stress, but again, it's a nicer story. Oh, she did actually catch something that gives us provisions, though. Beautiful. Right, I think the play then is... Honestly, I think maybe we wait in camp for a bit and build some stuff up. Because we can't build stuff while we're... maybe we should just go back out there and start... Although, to be fair, there's no contracts we can complete right now. There's one all the way down in Denmark. Fight corruption again. Pain in the arse of a quest, though, isn't it? Let's go back to the tribal holding a second. And I would like to get some contracts that aren't martial for a change. Because they're proving kind of, again, pain in the arse because they're not only long, away from home for a long time, but all these martial contracts we've been given we can't bloody do because no one's at home because they're all fighting wars. Let's go hear a story or two. Oh, it's this guy. It's Andres. Hello. Story had a good few points. You tell it so well. Gain some more wits for 18 gold. I mean, it seems so good. Is that enough to level up our wit? Because it seemed to increase it quite a lot. Almost. +1 diplomacy. What's at the highest level? 10% lifestyle experience. 20% movement speed. Could be something to really bank on when you're you know, like trying to dodge around, obviously, superior armies, doing a lot of sieging, that type of thing, as an unlanded character. Let's use up for recruitment. Hello. Good Frida. No, you're right. Refill, again. Wise man, flamboyant trickster. That's interesting. I'm not feeling any of them. I'm not feeling any of them right now. Let's head back. Let's go to... have a look and see if there are some contracts. Criminal contracts or a treasure hunt. What? I'm so in. I think I vaguely remember doing one of these a week ago. Or even longer than that now, actually. Right, it's treasure on lifetime. The retired treasure hunter, Alda, needs help locating one final elusive hoard. This will remain valid as long as you have the treasure map in your possession. This will put you above your provisions capacity. Additional 1,000 provisions will be sold on the market. Cool. Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, then. Alda walks up to me and pats on my shoulder. Such a good lad. I appreciate your aid in this one final excursion. This reminds me quite a lot. I don't know if any of you remember the Crusader Kings 2 Game of Thrones event where you go to Valyria to go get the sword or the armor or the dragon egg. She hands over the tattered treasure map, the wrinkles around her hands softening as she smiles.
It may not look like much, but I wrestled with Loki himself to obtain this. Treat it with care.
Pausing for a moment to let the word sink in, the old woman cackles.
Whenever you're ready, we've treasure to dig up.
And there it is. Let's head out. Let's head out right now. Open the excavate treasure decision view. So start travel to Kital, located in the county of Kitilla. Where is that? Up in... oh, God, all the way up in the north. Fair enough. That's not too bad. I think what we'll do then, travel with camp. Ooh. You know what? Why not? Let's do it. We haven't moved at all so far, so let's see what we can find. Let's get out there. Bring the whole camp along. Then we can build a few more buildings while we're over there, of course. Purchase the wilderness kit. Yeah, I think that's a solid idea. What is this, like tiger? Oh, man-eating monsters. I thought that wilderness kit counted tiger. Oh, it does. It's just, it's minus 19. So it's still incredibly dangerous because there's man-eating monsters up there. Well, that's fine. I mean, he's a bit of a man-eating monster himself. The Sorcerer of Yulavando. Hello. Strange land of obscure custom to me. The practices of Ukanusko faith are strange and unimaginably different from Asatru. Nowhere there is more... imagine them. Oh, worshipping a thunder god with a hammer. That's ridiculous. Right in the middle of town, there's a man chanting incantations and offering blessing as if he were a Godi. They must be understand sorcery is a sin. If there's a chance he might convert and lose the trait witch. None of my concern. Sorcery. He will repent or he will burn. I don't really... yeah, I don't think we really care. Whoa! Holy shit, Loki's tide. This is the type of thing I'm looking for. The fog seems to set in almost from nowhere, because we would never get this if we were playing in Central Europe or India or whatever, right? Fog seems to set in from almost nowhere. One moment the air is humid, then it's thickened to a near soup. From above, a few rain droplets fall, and a nearby stream starts to rapidly swell its banks. Tension strikes the convoy, causing the men and carts alike to trundle. I can't take his face seriously when he stood there clutching his pearls like grandma at church. No one can say quite what the issue is, but something's wrong. Within a minute, the once steady ground beneath us is turned to thick mud and water everywhere begins to swell from below. Flood! Flash flood! Goes the cry from someone, leaving my followers on the edge of breaking. Put your backs into it. Drill saves the day. 88% chance. Get the gear, go on, move. Ah, it's just a generic flood event. I thought it was something specific to Scandinavia then with the snow, and I realize it's rain now. God damn it. Pray to the Norns. No, we don't need the Norns. Not when we've got these many back muscles. Oh. Sows too much chaos. We've taken a... oh, God, I was about to say every follower with less than excellent health dies. Frody was swept away in a flash flood. Ah, shit. Luckily, it was only him. God damn. A beautiful sight. Look at this. A beautiful pink sunset, mottled with shadows and rose-colored light. Linger and appreciate the solitude. The little things for 10 years. What does that do for us? Minus 50% stress again. Actually, really good. There's 24 stress. Greema. Our ward. Ooh. Become friends with her. Hey, that could be quite nice. A nice moment, but work beckons. We've become all business. No, you know what? Greema, climb up here. I feel like this guy has very much had his heart softened. I mean, he's never necessarily hard-hearted. But his first relationship going basically as well as it possibly ever could have been is pretty fantastic. Ooh, Grigna Jr. has also become bossy. So I think another martial education on the cards here. I added a mod that allows us to give nicknames to characters that don't develop nicknames so that we can't remember them, especially if they distinguish themselves in events. I thought that was a nice little bit of character building. I don't think there's anybody that applies to quite yet. Grignason. Right. It might be also good to differentiate some of these kids if it gets out of hand, but I'll try and avoid that. It's funny a little bit, but it is a management nightmare. Okay, and I was warning you, right? Oh. I thought that event would have... I should have double-checked. That's my bad. I thought that event would have made us her ward, given that's what it seemed to imply, but I guess not. Yeah, there's a bit of mold. You'll be fine. And here we are. Time for a little bit of treasure. What are we going to find? I should point out, there was, I should have talked about this in the video, in hindsight, the sponsor video, because I imagine there are a lot of people interested in that, particularly given haha old channel meme. The Immortal trait has been added. I haven't found a way to get it yet. I didn't want to go hunting through the files to look for a way to get it or anything like that. I recognize it exists. If it happens, it happens. Beautiful, great. If it doesn't, well, then it's a mystery for another day. Because in CK2, I promised none of... I would die on this hill. None of them were engineered. So many times did we get the Immortal trait. Not always did we get Immortal characters. But we had the event firing non-bloody stop. I don't think it will be the same in CK3. I feel like they've really dodged a lot of the mysticism, here be dragons type stuff. The kind of unreliable narrative CK2 had. Anyway, sorry, I just thought I'd recognize it. What I was thinking is maybe we'll find some sort of mystical artifact, Mjolnir or whatever, which of course was in CK2 as well. We arrive on the outskirts of Katila. I follow the marker on the treasure map, through the cliffs, underground, and the taiga opens up into a magnificent wellspring. A plethora of birds and grazing animals populate the spot, undisturbed by the outside world. I ponder the beauty of this location, how all creatures exist in a gentle hierarchy. Insects, fish, birds, and beasts. A warmness grows in my chest. This is a divine sensation, there can be no doubt. Maybe a little carrots building there. This sounds... Oh, order can barely contain her excitement as I return to a tent.
That sounds truly breathtaking. I've spent so much of my life searching for wealth, for trinkets, the things that glitter. This is where I'll spend my final days. Thank you, my friend.
And there we are. We found the... So it wasn't a literal treasure in that... or as it even says there, very funny. It's not a material treasure, but in fact this character has experienced the divine springs, realizing that there is beauty beyond material treasure. Pleasure doing business with you. Contract complete. So no, we didn't quite get Mjolnir or anything else. Your wife is... No. Trouble in paradise. Do you have another half-breather? Maybe I shouldn't have even questioned her in hindsight. Maybe this is just jitters on the road. We lost a good travel companion. I don't know. Maybe it's got him questioning things because he's just seen this miraculous sight. Little choice but to take her... Yeah, she should be insulted. That's right. That's a red flag from him. He's projecting. I don't know why he would be projecting. We've got some new contracts now that we are all the way up here. Obviously, we can still see some of our old ones. Cover a secret. We're not really an intrigue guy. What have we got here? Fight corruption. Escort an emissary. I don't want to do any more fight corruption. They take too long. Escort an emissary. Presume you have to travel somewhere. So, transport contract requiring you to travel to a distant county. When we visit this location that we're at right now, 5 minutes left still on our libations. Do we need provisions? Yeah, we'll take some. What have we got? 300 on that one. Beautiful. We'll try and get out to our limit again so that we can sell the excess. And we've got a lifestyle perk too. Prepared conscription. Maybe relevant one day. I mean, how old is he now? He's 36. Should we say... If by, say, 35, we're not content with the camp, and... Sorry, 45. We're not content with the camp and the kind of development in that front, we wouldn't just suddenly raise an army and do whatever that would require of us. I don't think that's necessary. When I was doing the preview build, when I was playing as a character in Greece, with a bunch of troops, actual man-at-arms and knights and whatnot, I was getting offers to... For people to... How am I phrasing this? I was getting offers from people inviting me to join their war as a kind of mercenary. So that would be maybe something that we could do later on. I think it's also kind of appropriate for the character. But I mean, look, in terms of wealth, we're a very wealthy guy right now. We're sitting on a small fortune. Wish there was a way to speed up our camp building a little bit. That's, of course, where you go into, like, architecture, right? So I think we'll take a little break for a while. We want to take some contracts. I want to build up the camp. Maybe even just spend a year or two in one place doing not a huge amount, just visiting the taverns, getting some more wit and that type of thing, or whatever happens here. Hello there. I have no idea how to pronounce that name. Ovan? How do you tell stories so well? That will give us level 1 of wit in the Hastaluda trait. Or at least I bloody hope so. Otherwise, there's something wrong with that bar, isn't there? There you go. Beautiful. It's like minor, but again, if we could just sit here and maybe just keep building this up, that'd be fantastic. I like that. I should really mark that as, visit trouble holding. I should mark that as whenever it's available to do it. How often does it go on cooldown? Well, we can't see, obviously, until we finished it here. See who's up for recruitment. What an intriguing hooded figure. This is, of course, how we found our previous... Oh, he's loyal. Ooh, you could be... Oh, no. Is this maybe where we pivot to criminal characters? Let's be reasonable. Our greatest success has come from criminality. And his daughter that is now his friend, his potential successor, a spitting image of him, was very upset that she didn't have riches and wealth. Maybe that hurt his heart a little bit. And you got to bear in mind, his wife has proven to be the best asset. And what's her skills? Well, being a deceitful trickster. I think if ever there was a time that I could justify it, now might be it. And especially if our guy's going to become a marauder, I could see that. Ambitious man, knows what he wants, not afraid to try and get it by any means necessary. He's also brave, and he's vengeful. I mean, there's obviously kind of a dark side to him there as well. I think I could see it. I do like the idea of doing it. I haven't played it properly. I played it a little bit in the preview build, but I haven't committed fully to it. Maybe just see how it plays, get it out the way. I think it also could potentially be the most fun. Anyway, listen, I could potentially use someone of your skill. I'll let you... Oh, we could just immediately get like 60 experience here in Bandit. We've already got a little bit. What do we need for contract experience? 7. Whoa. So it wouldn't take actually much to level these up, would it? 60 experience. That would give us loads, no? Level 3 requires 60 trait experience. Bloody hell. Here's what I'm going to do. We're going to return to the tavern entrance. And we're going to leave it like this. And we'll come and have another chat with Liam in a second. I'll leave it up to the comment section. I'll float it to you. What do you think? What direction should we take? Should we stick to maybe being a bit more noble? Maybe even we go... We could even justify, I think, the story a little bit as he does actually get a castle. We do try and push that castle for his daughter, who was very upset about that. And then maybe Grignason being the scorned second-born, goes off and is the criminal adventurer in that regard. Born of a criminal and, of course, Grigna. Maybe there's a bit more legitimacy in that regard. I'm not sure, but I'm totally open to suggestions. If not, we'll just see how it goes. I don't want to pigeonhole us too much, but I think it could be fun. And finally, my friends, thank you all for joining me here today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know which direction will be most interesting or fascinating to you, and we'll pursue that. I kind of do, in hindsight, now that I've said it out loud, prefer the idea. Just my 2 cents. Don't let this influence your decision. Of maybe letting this guy, again, be a kind of master of everything, or not maybe master of everything, jack of all trades, master of none might be more appropriate, and just let him cast a very wide net and then specialize later on, get a little bit of story, get a little intrigue in the sense of kind of story development under our belts first, and then specialize later. Again, that kind of scorned second-born could be kind of fun. Either way, thank you for joining me. Gonna give a big shout out to the patrons, of course, for allowing me all the time to... someone asked for a longer episode. I'll give you a longer episode. I can't promise that every episode is going to be 52 minutes. I think people might get quite bored of that. But I will put them on the longer side. Let's say it like that. Thank you to the patrons for giving me all the time to do this. Of course, there is Romuald playing a little Mad Max Roman hybrid series. Kind of sees his Legion, as someone quite rightly pointed out in the comments a couple of episodes ago. Second channel... nothing quite yet. Planning on adding some to that soon. And then third channel, the Elise and Sam channel, we've got Oblivion, the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. We're playing as a vampire lady, so you can go and have a look at that if that interests you. Thank you to Kung Fu Snoo Snoo, Quibus, TryVH, Jason Burkett Johnson, Charkagaski, Andrew Robershard, Slanionisus, Zero the Person, Ruby Roo the Orgy Organizer, Space Urban Cohort, Iron Bull, Noah, Fakuna Vasquez, Talaratha, Spaceman Joe, and, of course, everyone else at the executive producer tiers over on Patreon. Tomorrow, I think we are... What's today? Yeah, tomorrow is October, right? So we'll be on to the new list starting tomorrow. Thank you as well to Tiny Legs, John Duckworth, D's Nuts, Pimpek, and Snake Farts as well. See you all next time.